So, dear ladies and gentlemen, you're most welcome. With you again is Francis. In today's video, I want to show you how we can use the if function in Excel. So, what you need to know before I start is that the Excel if function runs a logical test and returns a one value for a true result and another for a false result. For example, when you look at our data in this worksheet, we have the score of students that were taken from Lake Agate High School. So we're going to use these scores to come up with the grade and the comments. Then at the end of the day, we shall look at the average and then the highest score and the lowest score. But we're going to make sure that we use, for example, to pass a score in Agate High School, you must be or you must score uh, more than 7.5. So we're going to select one of the cell of which is the grade that is going to be E10. So I'll go ahead and type equal sign. Then I say if function. So the if function from the function library tells me that this one will check if a condition is met and returns one value which is true and another one which is false. So I'll go ahead and open the bracket. So from there, I'll go ahead and put the first statement, logical test, which is, I'm going to say E10. So I will say if E10 is greater, is greater than 7.5, is greater than 7.5, comma, open quotation, then I will give the person A, close quotation. So it means any student who got more than 7.5 is supposed to get an A. Open quotation. So what if the value is false? So I will start another if function. Then I open the bracket. Then I say if E10 is greater. Now from I'll be using a range of 5. I'll be using a range of 5. So since this one is 70, so I will say if it's greater than 70. Now this one will run up to what? From 70 to 75. So I will say I will give this person a B. Then another quotation. So here I am going to say if, open quotation, E10 is greater than 65, comma, open quotation, then I will give this person a C, C3. This one was a B, this is A, this one I'm going to give a D1, D1, D2. So I can give this person a C. Then if it is not true, then I will start another if function. I will open bracket, I will say E10 is greater than, now this is going to be 60. Now after that, I will give the person a D. Then I will open another if. I will say if E10 is greater than, now in this case it's going to be 55. So I'll go ahead and do what? I'll go ahead and give the person, I'll go ahead and give the person an E. And then another if function. If E10 is greater. So in this case, I am going to say if E10 is less than 55. So I'm going to say if it is less than 55. Any mark which is less than 55, comma, open quotation, then I'll give the person F. So now you can see in my function, I'm trying now to check I'm using the if function to check if a certain statement is what? If the logical test is run, what will I get as a return value? Is it a true or false? So if it is a true, I will get the statement. I will get either A, B, C, D, or F. You get? Depending on if a statement is made from where I've put a function, then I will get one of the statement that I've put in this logical test. So after doing this, I have to close the bracket. But I remember in Excel, if you open any bracket, you have to close with a corresponding bracket. If you open two brackets, have to close with two. If you open three brackets, you have to close with three brackets. So here what I'm going to do, I am going to say how many brackets, or you can also say how many if function did you open. So I have one, two, three, four, five, six. So I'll go ahead and say one, two, sorry, I'll go ahead and say one, two, three, four, five, six. So now I have six cross bracket because I opened six brackets. Now when that one is done, you press enter. Now I see I have a C. Let's check our function and analyze our data. Now when you check in C10, I mean E10, the value is 67. So, and now the return value is C. So where does C lies? C is saying if E10 is greater than 65, I will get a C. But 67 is greater than 65. That's why I get a C. It fulfills the condition. I repeat. I'm saying if E10 is greater than 65, if if they're saying if E10 is greater than 65, but E10 is 67. So when you compare 67 and 65, which one is more? Of course, this one is more. That's why I am saying that the condition is met, and therefore it returns the value C, which is like a score, a grade of C. Hmm. So for you to get the rest of the values, you have to use the fill handle to drag and open with all these other selection. So now when you check on this, I have this one where I have A, I have A, I have A, and I have F. Let's check on F. First of all, where do I have F? Where I have F, the value is equal to 40. Now, when you check in our formula, where is F? For you to get F, you must have got below 55. So now, is 40 less than 55? The answer is yes. So since it is less than 55, that's why we get F. So the other thing we're going to do is that we are going to get the comments. We're going to make the comments. So in the comments, we are going to I'm going to first adjust the size of the width. Then I will now increase the width of the comment. So here I'm going to say equal sign. Then I use if function, open bracket. So I will go ahead and use E10 is greater than 75. Then comma, open quotation. I will put excellent. So if this person gets more than 75, I'll give a person. Or else if the person gets, which is E10, gets more than 65, I mean 70, I will give the person very good. Or else if, open bracket, E10, if the person gets more than 65, I'll give the person good. close the quotes, or else if I'll open another if function, and then I will say if this person, which is E10, gets more than now this 65, that's going to be 60. I give the person fair good, F good. Then I'll open another if function, and this if function is going to say if E10, if E10 is greater than, the other one was 60, this one is going to be 55. I'll give the person a fair, and then I open another if function, and now in this case is going to be E10 less than. If this one is less than 55, then I'll say open bracket and quotation, I'll say pull up your socks. If you don't have the socks, you have to pull up your trouser, guys. So now after that, you have to close the quotes. Then you count how many if. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 opening brackets. I have to close with 6 brackets. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now that is my function. This function is going to analyze. It's going to look at all the data values I have in this table, and then it will check whether if the condition, the logical test fulfills the condition, then I will get what I've put in the quotation. So now I'm going to press enter, and then I get an error. Where is the error? There's a problem with this formula, not trying to type a formula, and that is going to be in cell like so 2, where I put the quotation. So I have to analyze where the error is. The error is found here. So here I'm going to say if E10 is greater than 75, comma, quotation mark. So here I'm supposed to put a comma. Now I had forgotten a comma. So when you are done, press enter. Now automatically, now you see I have a good. So why do I have a good here? When you check in my function where does good belongs, if E10 is greater than, so I'm saying E10 is greater than 60 is equal to good. But this is the value is the says 60 what? 67. So meaning 67 is greater than 60, which is a good. That's why you see I have this value good. So I can use the fill handle to get the rest of the values. And here you can say have excellent, 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 pull up your socks. Let's check on this one. What does this one mean? Pull up your socks. Pull up socks happens when I get below 55. So when I get, if E10 is less than 55, I get pull up your socks. Now when you see here, this is 40 what? 40, which is less than 55. That's why I now pull up my socks. So this is how you can deal with all these guys. Now after looking how you can get the grade, and remember, by the way, I've used these names like around just like 5 students. But even if you have a class of 1,000 students, you can use the same method. Just use one function and you get the grade and the comment for each and every person. So after that, I may try to adjust the width. You can also uh, use that like home. Then you go to format and select auto. Okay, let me just go and adjust the width of this. So from here, I don't want this, I don't want this. Now I've got the grade, I've got the what? The comments. So what is remaining is to get the average. So to get the average, I'll go ahead and use the average function. The average function is to return the arithmetic mean of an argument. So average is going to be the first value, which is this. It's going to be E10 to, I'll use a semicolon, to E14. E14. So when you close the bracket, now you see all these values have been selected. When I press enter, now I will get the average score for all these values. As you can see, I have the average automatically calculated. Even the average here, the same average will automatically create itself here. What about the high score? To calculate the high score, I can use one of the cell to come up with the high score, which is going to use where I'm going to use the maximum function. So I'll go ahead and use max that will return the largest value. I'll open the bracket and say E10 to E14. Then after press enter, then the largest value is 90 in that range. Then to get the lowest value, you use the min function. Say equal sign min, open the bracket. This will return the lowest number, which is going to be E10 to E14. Then when I press enter, I get the minimum value, which is 40. Now, after looking at all this, we can also go ahead and use this data value to come up with a chart. So how are we going to do this? You are going to highlight these values, the names. Go ahead and also highlight the score. After that, go to insert. After inserting, look on in the that insert tab until you get one chart group or one group which is called the chart. Then select one of the chart, and I'm going to select a column chart. So when I select this column chart, I'm going to see no, let me try to get this and the names against the scores, and then I can put names against the score. So I go ahead and insert the chart. I'll go ahead and insert the chart. I can start the pie chart. So I'll go ahead and insert the chart. Wow. So from here, I'll go ahead and select this. Now when you look at that, I can expand that so that you can see clearly. So here I have the names of students. This one, the first one is student. Then we have the Torre, Helen, James, Hakim, Bahati, and Pastor Francis. And then we have the score ranging from 0 up to 100 because the score is in percentage. Now from here, now you see that we have our chart which represent the data in the table. I can go ahead to the chart layout and put the data inside the chart. I can put the data like on student we have them for 60, 78, 88, 90, 40, and then from there I can go ahead and also change the chart type. I can go ahead and change the chart type. Change the chart type maybe to a line graph. You still get the line graph, and then you can also change maybe to a pie chart. You still get what you want. You see, this is the pie chart trying to show the data values in a table. Then we can also use the chart design, one of the tabs in the ribbon, to go ahead and you know to go ahead and put the y-axis and the x-axis. So I go and put the chart layout, I mean the chart element, then I go to axis. So we have both the primary and horizontal axis. The so in the this is a key. If I want to put the chart element axis, which is primary, I'm going ahead and put this is going to be the names of students, names of students, and then from there I have I'm going to put the y-axis, and that's going to be the vertical axis, and that's going to be marks scored. So remember I said the vertical axis, I said the vertical. These are, when you talk of vertical axis, this is what we call the y-axis, and this is the data arrangement, which runs from top to bottom, showing how data is arranged. And then we have the y-axis. These are the horizontal data arrangement, which run from left to the right, and this is called the x-axis. So after looking at this, now it becomes very easy for you now to understand or to get a model, a representation of your data, and you can use now the graph to answer the following question, which can be posed to you. Remember, this can be done in any field, not only it cannot only apply on students or in a school, but it can apply in any field. It can apply in business, it can apply in any organization. You can use the if function to find each and everything that needs to be done using a logical test, and then after using the logical test and getting what you want, you can present the data in a table in form of a chart, and then use the chart to answer the following questions, and there you can make a decision. So for now, we're going to stop here, guys. In the next video, we shall look at how we can use more tools in Excel to perfect with this software, so that we can apply it in our daily businesses. And otherwise, for now, I'm going to stop here. I encourage you to go and subscribe to our channel. Tebi Talks is our channel. Thank you very much. See you guys in the next video.